Facebook. It's Financial Friday Live. It's Latoya Owens, owner and founder of Genesis Enterprises. Hope everyone's having a great and blessed Friday. I'm just going to give it a minute or two here, for everyone to join. Hope everyone's week has been going well. It's been a busy week for me, which is good. Today's topic is going to be on why people go into debt and how you can prevent it, right? So that's what we're going to start today. For those that haven't liked my Facebook page, it's Genesis, Genesis Enterprises. Also, I'll be posting my YouTube link at the bottom so you can see today's video as well as all my past Financial Live videos. So I'm going to give it another minute or two here for everyone to chime in and we'll get started. Hi, Tronda. How are you? So we're going to give it another minute here. Today's topic, why people go into debt and things you can do to prevent getting debt. So I'm really excited about this topic today. Really excited. I am good. Thanks for asking. Actually got a little cold going on here.
Mommy, is Daddy here?
Yes, he's at the room. I'm live, Jenny. Bye. Sorry about that, guys. That's my 4-year-old. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. Hi, Kim. How are you? We're going to get started. Why people go into debt. So first, I want to give you a little foundation on what is debt. Basically, debt is something that you've acquired, that you pay over, say a length of time. It can be a loan, it can be, well, let's back up here. Debt normally is acquired when you don't plan for, I would say, emergencies. And as many of you guys know, that goes back into the video that I had a few weeks ago on what's actually an emergency. A lot of times we bill, debt from that. And normally debt is started when, say, you take out a line of credit, a loan, something of that nature, and there's interest on top of it. I would say, that's pretty much debt. Because it's something that you're basically probably not going to pay off right then and there. So that's how a lot of people end up accumulating, more debt than they actually need. I would have to say, unfortunately, in America, there's a lot of people that, live paycheck to paycheck. And that's one of the reasons why we have such a big prices on student loan debt and credit card debt, and seeing mortgages foreclosed on, right? So so basically the only way you can eliminate a lot of those things is, well, I'll say it like this. If you say you're at the mall, any mall, and you see an item, you have, say $1,000 in your checking account, just to run a number. And the item actually costs $2,000. Now, of course, you may be the person that has the excellent credit. You're like, man, I really want it. It's $2,000, but I know I can pay it off, over a couple of months or 6 months, whatever. So that's what's going into your head to justify the cost of actually going into debt, right? So that's normally when we get in trouble, when we impulse buy, by the way. So you swipe the card, credit card. Now keep in mind you have $1,000 in your actual checking, no savings, and you just put $2,000 worth of debt onto yourself. Now, because of that, you're now already in the negative. Now you may be asking, well, how is that possible if I have $1,000 in my checking account? I'm gonna tell you why. If your debt is more than your income, you're already underwater. That's just the truth. And most people are underwater until they've paid cash for a home or a car if they rent, until they, paid off student loans. Hey, we've all been there. Some are still paying it off. That's life. But when it comes to debt, you definitely want to make sure if you're going to acquire debt, can you actually afford the debt is, what we want to try to get into today. Because a lot of people, justify debt by, well, it's a mortgage. Yes, that's normally your largest debt in your life is probably paying a house mortgage. And then next would probably be your vehicles. Then next would probably be like your college tuition, student loans, things like that. So it's obvious that a lot of people in America actually spend more than they make. I mean, that's evident. Just look at the economy. I mean, most people are, even though it gives you the perception that people are spending more, that's not really a good thing. When I see spending more, I look at more as, is this money coming from credit cards or is this money coming from checking accounts? Because believe it or not, there's a huge difference. Because when you swipe that credit card, they're extending you a line of credit on trust that you're going to pay it back. You don't pay it back, guess what? You just accumulate unnecessary debt. Another reason why, believe it or not, people go into debt, helping others. Now, I know this may be a sensitive topic. And when I mean by helping others, I mean by co-signing on a loan, letting family borrow money, getting, if you have bad credit or no credit, you have these really high interest rates. So your debt probably almost doubles because of that. So those are three big things that cause people to go, into debt when it comes to we like to call it impersonal financials. So basically you basically going into debt for someone else. Like this debt has nothing to do with your household. You're going into debt basically for your mother, your father, brother, sister, cousin, uncle, whatever. So, but I want to, so with that being said, today I actually want to give you a few tips on how to prevent a lot of that. And I'm going to give you my number one rule. This is a rule that I actually have in my own household. When it comes to family and friends, do not, I repeat, do not co-sign for anything. When you co-sign for debt, it is now your debt. I don't care what your mother, your father, your brother, your sister says. Oh, I'm going to make the payments on time. Oh, I'm going to, when I get the, my tax refund back, I'm going to pay it off. Yeah. So, don't co-sign for loans. I don't care if it's family, friends. Don't do that. Because now you're on the hook. Because guess what? They can skip town. Guess who's liable for the debt? You are. So when you're co-signing on someone's debt, it's just like you're going into debt. And technically you are. Your name is on the dotted line. So you're just as responsible, if not more responsible, than the person you took out the loan for. So keep that in mind. If you do decide to do it, I just gave you forewarning. Stay away from it. And not only that, I don't like to mix money and family together because it tears a lot of families apart. Another rule we have in our own home, if we can't give it to you, and I do mean give by saying if a family member calls and like, I need $100, if I can't physically give them that $100 and it doesn't interfere with any of my own financial obligations, I'm going to just give them $100 and I don't want to hear anything else about it. That's our own personal rule in our house and our marriage. We don't like to, we prefer not to have family or friends have debt owed to us. I don't like that feeling. And as I said before, the other tip to prevent that, okay, we went over co-signing. Number 2, have an emergency fund. This deals with last week's video. I can't repeat this enough. Get that $1,000 as quick as you can. That's your emergency fund. That way, if you have a flat tire, anything like that, dental bill pops up, guess what? You don't have to swipe that credit card. You can go into your savings. It's paid for. No debt. Wonderful feeling, trust me. Number 3 goes back to my couple of videos ago. You got to have a budget. You can't plan for things if you don't budget for it. So if you want to go on that nice vacation, you need to be planning 6 months to a year in advance for it. Don't wait till Christmas Day. Hey, I want to go to Lake Tahoe in California, for a ski trip. How are you paying for it? Oh, I'm just paying on my credit card. I'll worry about it later. Well, guess what? When January comes, as I've heard from many, yeah, a lot of people don't start off their new year too bright when they get a $5,000 credit card bill. Mine probably won't start off too great either. So with that being said, like I said, today's topic is how people go into debt. I went over living paycheck to paycheck, what is debt, how to prevent going into debt, and also if you are in debt. I offer financial counseling as a part of my services through Genesis Enterprises. My fees are very affordable, $115 for individuals. You have access to me for 12 months to keep you on track. I want people to get financial freedom. If that means taking small steps to get there, that's what I'm here for, to help you accomplish that. I try to prevent people from going through what I went through financially. I honestly feel the information that I have now at 31 years old, had I had this information at 20 or 21 years old, I probably would be even further ahead than I am now, to be honest with you. But, everything's for a reason. So you live and you learn, as they say. So I want to prevent as many people as I can to live life more abundantly. I guess that's my message today. I want you to live life abundantly without debt. And guess what? It's actually possible. My husband and I are doing it. You don't have to go into debt to go on a nice vacation or, get yourself that great designer bag you've been wanting. You don't have to go into debt for that. It's all about planning ahead. It's about financial discipline. It's as simple as that. And did you know, this is actually a quote from someone I actually really like in the financial world, Dave Ramsey. 80% of finance is discipline, and 20% is actually head knowledge.
Mommy,
So that says a lot.
I left my backpack in
Okay.
the truck.
Okay. We have Jeannie on live. Sorry about that, guys. It's my 4-year-old. So with that being said, for those that have joined, I'm gonna give a few shout outs now. Hi, Renika, Cookie, Shannon, my husband, Olivia, how are you? And Aisha, how are you, sweetie? And Pastor Erman, thanks for joining us. I want to give open forum right now. I like to give 5 to 10 minutes of open Q&A. So if you have any questions in regards to debt, just general questions, or if you have a question about your current situation, you're welcome to ask. If you don't feel comfortable asking me here live, you're welcome to inbox me on my Facebook page, Genesis Enterprises, or you can inbox me personally for those that are friends with me. You can do that. So does anyone have any questions today in regards to the topic of how people go into debt and why? Hi, Dion. I'm sorry, Big D. We're going to be on here another few minutes here to see if anyone has any live questions for me. As I said, for those that may want more of a one-on-one intimate session with me, I have a 3-part series that I offer through my financial counseling that I offer through my business, Genesis Enterprises. It's only $115. It's a one-time fee. You get all the knowledge and tools. It's a 3-part series on credit, budget, and execution of both. And for couples, it's only $175. That's it. One-time fee. You have access to me. It includes a debt to income ratio analysis. I actually give you a timeline on how quickly we can get you out of debt based on your current income and expenses. I actually do a budget for you, and it is so fun. I actually had one of my clients tell me she's having a great time playing with the Excel spreadsheets. So I thought that was pretty cool because you can, play with the numbers and see how quickly you want to get things done. Also, I actually help you give you the tools on how to negotiate with creditors. If they have something incorrect on your credit, I give you everything. Like I said, $115 for individuals and $175 for couples. That's it.
I need my backpack. I get it out.
So does anyone have any questions? And I'll be right back. Jeannie, I'm freaking loud. You sit up here talking about backpack. Go sit down. Hi, Jamisha. Does anyone have any live questions for me? Dealing with why people go into debt? Give me a drink of water here. Alrighty then. Well, since no one has any questions, like I said, if you're not comfortable with asking them live, you're welcome to inbox me personally if you have any financial questions. Also, all my consultations are free, and I actually do a questionnaire so I can help you attain your financial goals, whether it's just saving up your emergency fund, getting you a budget done, if you're trying to save, a down payment for your home, if you want to improve credit, that's all included in the financial counseling session. So I want to thank everyone for joining me today. And like I said, if you guys are interested in the financial counseling one-on-one, you're welcome to inbox me, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.